Ba 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 ba. Is it working? Is it working? Yes, it's working. How you doing, everybody? Mr. Holton here. Hope you guys are having a very nice Sunday. And I'm coming at you here with a little bit of a surprise stream, I guess. I wasn't really planning to do one, but it's like, you know what I should do? I should probably talk about the Game Awards and just my experience talking to the Exodus devs and, meeting people and just a good idea for content. So we're gonna do this. First of all, though, I just want to get this clear that I got flown out by Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, and just want to make it clear that I'm very very thankful for them to having done that. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. But still, I want to make it clear that that doesn't mean that that will like affect my judgment. So like I am allowed to be critical in the future in case like stuff happens when it comes to drama, blah blah blah. Like the people that I met and that I engaged with are just I guess fans of the channel, and yeah, I haven't signed any NDAs or anything like that, so I guess I'm pretty much free to talk about most things. There's only one thing I couldn't talk about, and yeah, that's like in the back of my mind, but that's it. Um, but yeah, so just so you guys know, yeah, I've the people I work with are really really cool. Like just the humans behind it all, really cool people. Let's chat a bit and see what you guys have to say. First of all, I just needed to do that disclaimer. Um, Vadim, nice stream. I somehow blanked out that you said that it would happen in the Patreon vlog. Yeah, I was gonna upload, like I've uploaded 2 videos about it, like one very long one where I just talk about my experience. Demian, welcome by the way. How's it going? I'm so happy for Mr. Ultimate. He was invited. It's great. Yeah. The thing is, I gotta thank my contacts though. I don't want to say his name and the guy's name, but I do have a contact that actually was the one who was just like, oh, why don't we just invite him? And I guess they were just, yeah, that makes sense. So thanks to my contacts for getting that done. So yeah, I would say thanks S, because his name starts with S. I'm glad you had fun there. Yeah, I did have very fun there. It was a weird thing because it's like a weird situation where I'm from Sweden, right? So I've never been to the U.S. Always wanted to visit, but when we finally got there, it's like very different. Like first of all, the weather. Obviously, it's very cold and slushy with snow here and there, and just frost, and it's cold. And then you get to Los Angeles, which is like basically just a dry desert, right? And the air is dry. It's like 28 degrees Celsius. It's warm. You can like sit out at night and just chat and just do whatever. And yeah, it's pretty crazy, and it's a culture shock, all of it, really. Like it's like whoa, whoa, and then the jet lag. I've never experienced jet lag, so I was like, oh my god. I like fell asleep at like 10 a.m. and I woke up at like 1 p.m. because that was the local time, like at 9 o'clock or something in Sweden. And it's like, oh fuck, I can't sleep anymore. So I like was walking around the hotel like a zombie. I was like, oh, what am I supposed to do? I can't sleep. So there was a bunch of that, but it was cool. Um, yo, Jen, how you doing? Mr. Alton as an ensign infiltrator at Wizards of the Coast. Nah, but they are like there's like several of the people I met are actually like literally fans of the channel. One of them, like I kind of questioned her a bit, like, so are you really? And yeah, she's checked out a lot of my videos, like some of the Mass Effect videos and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, that's cool, awesome. Are you gonna shave your head? No, I'm no. The new style would make you look like Mr. White. It probably would, but I like my head, my hairstyle. It's not, yes, I guess. Yeah, yeah, I know. It's like I'm getting old, but it is what it is. I still think I look like a gentleman, of course. But yeah, obviously, it's thinning out. But what can you do? It's part of being human. I was thinking what we're gonna do is we're gonna check out some trailers, and I guess I want to like react to some of them because having been in the audience, I feel like it could be cool to like rewatch the moments and see all this stuff. I also kind of want to like clip out some of this and just react to that so I can like lazily make some videos on YouTube. Did you try some of the American foods? Oh yeah, absolutely. It was just American foods. Pulse in the community, nice. Yeah, they do have their pulse in the community, absolutely. But yeah, I tried a lot of American foods. There was some of it was good. Some of it was pretty tasteless. I'm not gonna say where, but it's like some of it was pretty good. Like, what's it called? Taco Bell. First time I ate a Taco Bell, and I ate some form of I don't remember what it was. It was like no, it wasn't a burrito. It was something, but it was like it was really good. It was like, oh damn, this is I get. Oh yeah, I see why people like Taco Bell. And then I tried. A bunch of foods, honestly, but like a lot of the sweet things tasted weird to me because it's like, oh, it's like a lot of what's it called? That's they instead of sugar, they use something else that's sweet. Corn syrup or corn, I don't know what it is, but it's like it's this weird artificial taste. So there's a bunch of that really. But like a lot of the food was pretty good, but there's a lot of burgers and shit. And because it's Los Angeles, right, they have a bunch of like taco and Mexican food and stuff, and that was just like generally pretty good because we don't have that in Sweden. So yeah. Iron Fist, sorry, seriously got 17 for commercials for Exodus already, but that's just because you're interested in it, and good. Yeah, it looks peak, yeah, for sure. At least I think it does. I know that there's a bit of a discussion right now going on with the trailer, but it is what it is. We'll get into that in a moment. How's it going, shifters? Hi from Australia. Welcome, man. Welcome. I always find it funny that I have Australian people watching me. The funny thing, I actually met an Australian while we were there. Dantix, Daniel. He is a really cool guy. Actually got a new friend. Awesome. He's Australian, or he's an Aussie. So yeah, high fructose corn syrup. Right, yes, exactly. Some of the stuff, like that has that stuff, I think, like it tastes weird to me. Like it's a weird kind of not sweet, kind of sweet, but it's like, I don't know, it's Nick, welcome man, how you doing? Endervin, välkommen tillbaka. You met Dantix? Yeah, I did. Yeah, we are buddies. We spent the entire trip together with our contacts. So we were like 5 or 6 people. The funny thing is we were like the only ones invited for the Exodus thing, I think. There were probably like IGN and other like magazines and stuff. I don't know. But like we were the only ones, I think, that were like creators that got to talk to them. So that was pretty cool, I think. Maybe I'm mistaken. I haven't seen anything yet, but it's like it was just us two. So I was like, oh, okay. I thought it would be more, but it's just us two. So we like double teamed the the archetype team when we were sitting there. Really cool people, by the way. By the way, that was a nice touch talking about Jeff. A lot of people take everything for granted. He doesn't do it to get the bag. He actually cares and works hard to bring it to us every year. Well, he does make a lot of money for sure. Like otherwise he wouldn't be keep doing it. And I guess it's like his job, right? But he is obviously super passionate about the Game Awards. As I mentioned, if you haven't seen the Patreon upload, like I uploaded a Patreon video where I talked about it. I was one of the people who was very much, I was always clowning a little bit on Jeff Keighley. But after, and memeing on him, but after seeing him in action, after sitting in the audience and just watching him go from point A to point B and just go from like being the super effective and just, reading a little bit of a card and just remembering what he's supposed to say all the time and saying it out loud exactly like it is. He like barely ever fucks up. I have such a newfound respect for him and for the fact that they are planning this huge event. And, as somebody who's been watching the Game Awards all these years, being there is so different, man. Like it's wow. It's loud, it's bombastic, but it's fucking epic as hell. And you're just sitting there, you're going, holy shit, I can't believe this is happening in front of me. I've been to concerts. I've been to conventions. This outshines all of them. Like this is one of those experiences you're like, I don't know if I'm ever going to do this again because it's so special, right? Fucking holy shit, dude. Like I have such respect for Jeff Keighley. Like, you know, obviously, like I'm not in love with him or anything, but it's like he's so he's really good at what he does. Like he really is. Like he pulls all the threads together. He works with all the developers, all the studios, and he's really he. Without Jeff Keighley, we wouldn't have the Game Awards. Without Jeff Keighley, we wouldn't have the Summer Games Fest. Without Jeff Keighley, a lot of this shit wouldn't happen. He revived E3 and made it something else. Like, you cannot dislike that fact. So you have to respect him. Like, I get pissed now whenever I see somebody clowning on him, because it's like, the guy does not deserve that. Like, come on. He works so fucking hard. And he's so professional. He's so efficient. It's like, man, my opinion of him has completely shifted. Like, seeing him in action, it's kind of insane. So what other foods do you have? A lot. I don't really remember. Just bunch. There's just too many hamburgers, honestly. I ordered a sandwich that I thought was gonna be like 2 flatbread sandwiches, like boom, with a chicken piece, because it was like a chicken sandwich. I was like, oh, that sounds nice. It wasn't a picture or anything on the menu, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for that. It was like almost $30, and I was like, oh my god. But anyway, I got to try it, you know. And I get it, and it's just a big ass hamburger, like with black buns, like charcoal buns or whatever. And the chicken was like 2 chicken fillets that are like flattened with spices and then like tomato salsa sauce. That's the thing that I was like, what is this? Because that's not what we eat to chicken in Sweden. You don't eat tomato and salsa sauce. So I was like, aioli would be perfect for this. But I didn't get it. So when I, ate it, I was like, this is okay, but like it's not good. Some of that, man. Some of that, yeah. My pancreas got a culture shock for sure. Like, a lot of it's like, what is this? Another drink when we were at Universal. I was going to try like some blue ass weird like soda kind of slushy thing. And it's like, it just tasted like a lot of corn syrup, I guess it is. Yeah, it's not. I'm going to say it like this. Sweden, I'm sorry to all the Americans out there. I really am. I mean no offense to you guys, but our food is superior. It is just superior. And there's a lot of problems like in the US. And I don't know, I've seen some comments, people saying, oh, don't let LA like color your opinion of the US. But it's hard not to, because some of these things seem systematic of the entire US country. And so, I mean, I go over that. Like, if you want more opinions on that, you should probably watch that Patreon video I just uploaded. It's free, so you don't have to pay anything. But there are some problems, man, like in the US and Los Angeles in general, which is like super noticeable from somebody like me. It's like, whoa. Yeah, whoa. Downtown, pretty cool. Everywhere else, yeah, LA is the worst first impression possible. I don't know if it's the worst. I mean, it wasn't a shit experience. It was really cool, but it's also like you get a bit sad, Down here, you're like, man. Mostly, it's like the prices and the taxes and the fees and aside from the homeless problem, of course, that's probably the main thing. But all the fees, all the fucking tipping, it's like, goddamn, you guys really need to do something. Like, the servers and the service people, like, they're getting fucked in the ass over there. And it's like, holy shit. Like, imagine, I'm literally sitting there paying literally their salary. That is not what we do in Sweden. Like, they get, as a server in Sweden, you get paid an amount to live for. Like, you get paid enough to, just live your life. You don't have to work 2 jobs, generally speaking. It's like, what is this? California is a bit broken at the moment. I don't know. Is California broken or is everything else broken? It's like Night City vibes. Yeah, I got a little bit of Night City vibes. It's like, this is gorgeous and this is cool and the entertainment is spot on. But it's like everything surrounding it. Also, like Los Angeles is like 13 or 15 million people, which is like already way above Sweden. Like in total, like Sweden has 11 million people, not even, maybe 10 million. Like Los Angeles has every person in Sweden crammed into a city plus more. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But it was a cool experience, really. I would do it again. I would absolutely do it again, for sure. It's a really cool experience. Okay, guys, let's start off. What you guys, by the way, as an example, if you want to hear my honest opinion as somebody who's Swedish, you guys need to tell your leaders to copy the Swedish, Norwegian, Denmark systems. That's the only way it works. Yes, we pay more taxes, but we are so much better off. Like, I didn't realize that until I went there. I was like, holy shit. Yeah. I'm so happy I live in Sweden, honestly. Yeah, no, things are not perfect in Sweden. Absolutely not. It's definitely not. We have our problems, but they're not as noticeable at all. At all. At all. I'm super grateful living here. I'm so happy to be home, not because I hated Los Angeles, but because it's, you know, it's so much easier to live here. And the volume. Oh my God, it was like everybody was almost like screaming. I don't know if it was everybody was screaming, but it's like the volume of everything was so loud in the US while you get home and you land and you get onto the Kastrup airport in Copenhagen and you're landing and you're like, wow, it's like super quiet, right? Everybody's super quiet and respectful. They're just talking like in a low volume. Wow. Oh my God. How long have you been there? I think it was 4 days. So we went on Tuesday. We stayed to Friday. What's that? No, Monday, Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday into Friday. And then I got home yesterday. So almost 11 mil. Oh, it's 3.89. Oh, I thought it was 13 million. Wasn't it? Wow. Okay, that's what the cab driver told me. I shouldn't listen to the cab driver then. Okay, so 3.89 million for LA. Okay, that's not actually, that's not that bad. I'm sorry to say, I have been corrected. So yeah, we're almost 11 million in Sweden. I forgot, are Sweden the chocolate makers? Yes, and also IKEA. So WOTC people watch your channel? Yes, actually they do. You know, it's not like the top brass, but it's like people who are responsible for, you know, some of the, you know, inviting me there and such. So I guess they're fans, I would say, probably, like those people. So yeah, they're just regular old human beings, really cool, really nice, transparent people that just, you know, are doing their job as best as they can. Wikipedia says LA metropolitan area is 13 mil. Oh, okay, so it is 13 mil. Okay, I know, I was right. I was right. It's 13 million, still top Sweden. As I said, continuing, the cab driver was correct. No, not the cab. Uber drivers, right? Yes. IKEA is crap. How dare you? IKEA is good quality. It is very good quality. I'm not saying that because I'm biased, not at all. Let's check out this first trailer. Let's try to relive these moments. Okay, you guys ready? There we go.
Who are you? I'm a friend.
Celestials are the enemy of humanity. A relentless threat to our very survival.
I can't do this anymore. Salvaging scraps just to get by.
Child of Orion, fulfill the purpose for which you were crafted, and seize your destiny.
Recognize the voice?
Our world is dying. You are the only one who can wield celestial tech and find a cure. Well, that's terrifying. With the right ship and the right crew, you could save all of us.
I was on an alien world. Felt like I was finally doing what I was made for.
Thank you, June.
We are the defenders of Leiden's future. And we will fight to protect it.
The fight for survival has consequences. How far are you willing to venture? How much are you willing to sacrifice to save your world?
Damn, kid. No pressure there.
There we go. Okay, so just so you know, I saw this trailer a couple of times before the Game Awards. And yeah, I guess, we've seen all the comments by now. People are talking about this trailer being like, well, it looks good, but it's also like, some pieces here and there, especially like the facial animations or the proportions. Now, first of all, I want to make it absolutely clear that this game has a very specific stylistic choice. You probably should know that since the reveal trailer, because they have kept that stylistic choice ever since. If you don't like that, well, shit out of luck. But that doesn't mean that the, animations can't be adjusted or improved and things like that. Because, like, the thing is, this game is set, like, over, like, 40,000 years into the future. So I guess that the point of the stylistic choice, they didn't tell me this, but I'm guessing it is to give some idea that humanity has evolved at least a little bit. Or it's just, the stylistic choice of it all, just to keep it coherent. So it's not just, oh, they have a very realistic, sort of animation style to everything. But they've kept like the same thing for all this time. But I would say that, yes, June has some funny faces, especially like this moment. I saw somebody comparing this with, what are those twins that like have massively operated their faces? Yeah, I can kind of see it, but it's like, yeah, it's one of those things where, yeah, they can adjust this. They can work with this. I actually talked to a couple of people who was there as well. They're like, yeah. I mean, it's, it's not, they have more than a year. So it's like, just let them know that you are kind of iffy about some of these designs and they will most likely get working on it. This is not really a normal human. I don't remember what they're called. I can't, think of it right now, but it's like a symbiote, kind of a daemon is what they're called. Daemons. It's like, yeah, they have a symbiote suit, kind of. But I think in general, just if we put aside some of the facial animations, I would say that I think this trailer is pretty cool. The only thing I wanted more from it was maybe gameplay, as you guys have said. There are some gameplay parts, but it could be cool to see like actual, like an actual like walkthrough, trailer. But this is, of course, like a Game Awards trailer, so they needed to have it be like cinematic. Also, it's like called the Rise of June Aslan. So the point is like to introduce June as a person. The world is hella unique. Yes, I personally think this is one of the most unique looking games I've seen. And they kind of have to stand out, like, don't they? Right? I mean, it is a game that is definitely taking inspiration from games like Mass Effect. Like, we have some of the OG crew working on it that is like responsible for it. We have James Olin, we have Drew Karpyshyn, we have Chad Robertson, we have Jesse Sky. All of these people are obviously very much inspired by their previous works, obviously. So they don't want to make it seem like they've completely like copied Mass Effect, and that's not what they're doing. And they don't want to give off that impression. So I would say like the choice of style, I think in the end is a good point. But it's like, they're currently working out how to make it look the best way it can. And that's why this feedback is good, right? Not every type of feedback is bad. Like a lot of this, what people have been saying, the fact that the game is coming out in 2027 just gives them a lot of time to work with it. So you should let your thoughts be known. Like the more people talk about it and say like, I like the trailer, or I like the, several things about this, but I don't like this. Say it, because without it, like they can't make the game the best it can, like it should be. By the way, I just noticed something. This I didn't actually see. I didn't know this when I was there. They said that they would update the website when we were at a meeting after the Game Awards, and then I forgot to look it up. But yeah, this here is a Wolfie, and apparently he or she is a companion to June, because on the webpage you can actually find the. Let me see here. You can actually find a Wolfie. Exodus game. There we go. So in case you don't know, they've actually changed the website a bunch. Who you'll meet, and we can scroll down here and we can see companions. And here we go. We have a wolf. I'm in the way. God damn it. We can see a wolf right here. So there is a wolf companion confirmed. There we go, guys. It's not just a squid or an octopus. The thing is, Salt, it's a girl, is the combat companion. So that means that, these companions are combat companions. They are the ones you bring on missions, but these are story companions. I don't know what that means. I did manage to ask them because I didn't know that this was like 2 sections. But I would assume, and now I'm guessing, that this means that they're just companions that are going to be on your ship, kind of like a trainer in Mass Effect, right? I think that's one of the things. So they're not going to follow you on missions, but they're going to be on the ship. And you can probably bang most of them except for the wolf. And CC Orlev, of course. This CC Orlev right here to the overall here, to the left here, that's Matthew McConaughey's character. So he's the mysterious guide or mentor character. Can we only romance combat companions or also story companions? I don't really know because, of course, again, like I didn't know that they had separated this. But they said, like, you can't, because I asked Drew about this. I was like, okay, so can you romance, I think I asked him, like, can we romance the octopus? Or I think he said, like, as an aside point, that no, you can't romance the octopus, but we have many options for romantic, relationships. So I think, aside from the Awakened, I think you can probably bang everybody. I don't know. We're post BG3, so Wolf might be on the table. Nah, I don't think so. They're probably not going to take that step. One of the things that I think is going to stand out is that it's the time dilation and these elements of like Awakened and the Celestials and the Changelings. Like those are the things. But I think especially like for marketing purposes, like the bear scene, I guess, that the Baldur's Gate 3 kind of was. I think the time dilation is going to be the special thing. And I think they're going to have to show an actual, like, how does that look like? Because we are, like me and Dan, we were sitting there, we're trying to like get an idea of it. Like, how does the mechanic actually work? Like, is it actually like a real-time thing where you go to another planet on a side mission and you get back? Or is it just the main story that is just, okay, here's like chapter 1 and chapter 2 and chapter 3? We didn't really get an answer on that, so we still don't really know like how it's gonna work. So, you were with Big Dan? No, Big Dan wasn't there. Daniel, Dantix. I should say Dantix, so you guys don't mix them together. So Dantix and I were the ones who talked to them, not Big Dan. Don't give modders ideas. They already have those ideas. I don't need to give it to them. But again, like this wolf right here, I was surprised to know that it's an actual companion. I was like, oh, it's appearing again in the trailer, but I didn't know like it was a companion. I really love that idea though, that we have a wolf popping up here. Somebody asked me earlier, I think on Reddit, because I made a thread where I said, I spoke to the Exodus devs, and yeah, somebody asked me here, like, what's going on with the wolf? Will they survive the prologue? And I didn't even think about it. It's like, oh my god, right, shit, fuck, there's a wolf companion. And it looks like this is early, so like June is obviously like a scrapper, they're trying to survive. Kind of like Luke Skywalker a little bit, right? Like they're in a shitty situation, or like he's just trying to live his life. Maybe like Cal Kestis, like that type of hero's journey thing where you're starting off and like June is a beaten down worker who's just, you know, trying to make ends meet. And this wolf here is his best friend. And then something happens and he becomes the traveler. And June is very special, of course, you know, for various reasons. Probably I shouldn't spoil that here, but yeah. I thought this was going to be the female June, like from the marketing. But that is obviously not June, because that is June talking to her. So I'm guessing this is yeah, that has to be also one of the romantic interests or possible romantic interests right here. I like her. She's pretty cute. I'm probably gonna romance her the first thing I do. Let's go. Unless it's like his sister, then we're fucked. Shepard Place is hilarious even if I don't always agree with what they say. Oh, right, yeah, I haven't really looked at his videos that much. Like, I've seen a few of them, but yeah, I haven't done all this research that I should. But overall, just as a person, Dantix, like Daniel, is really cool. Very nice. Very funny. I hope the next trailer will be a character creation or a quest gameplay. Yeah, they should do like a gameplay thing, like a full-on gameplay thing, for sure. Because they want to give the right idea, really. But they told me they were gonna start doing a lot of stuff this upcoming year. So we're probably gonna get loads of Exodus stuff. So strap in, guys, because I'm going to be covering it all here on YouTube. So subscribe if you haven't already. Become a member if you want to be generous. Or a supporter on Patreon. Did you ask them if we could be evil? Did we? The funny thing is, like, I didn't bring anything with me because I don't think we were allowed to. Like, we couldn't record and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, I'm just going to remember this. Bad idea. I should have brought at least like a little writing block. But and I actually talked to them a week before that as well. So I'd already talked to Drew, Chad, and Chris online. Then I had this conversation again with them in a meeting. So I already kind of met them twice. Did I ask them if we could... did Daniel ask them that? I think... No, but they did say like that there is going to be a heavy emphasis on like choice and consequence, like a big emphasis on choice and consequence. So, I mean, probably, I'm guessing, but they didn't say, yes, you can be evil, or yes, you have to, you know, play as a good guy or something. They just said that there's going to be, you know, a lot of options. We'll get to that at some point soon, I hope. Hilton did the Emperor demands you cover Dark Heresy. Okay, at some point I probably will. Sweet Home Alabama. Oh no, God no. Yeah, this had if this is actually June's sister, I'm gonna lose my mind because she's, you know, she's too cute to not be a romance option. Don't fuck me over like that. You know, archetype. Don't fuck me over like that. There's this other guy who is called, what's he called? So this guy to the right was also somebody that a lot of people, including me, thought was June's brother, Gideon, who is an element as well. But no, this is, what's its name? Suleiman, who also a lot of people don't seem to like very much because of his, like, how he looks. You know, again, adjustments can be made, etc., etc. But yeah, Suleiman is his name. So that's not June's brother. Saint with the Ensven Commanders, thank you so much for the support, my man. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's huge right there. Appreciate it. Enjoy. Well, no, you were already a member, I think, weren't you? I thought the release would be in 2026. I thought so too, because Hasbro said it would. It's not your fault for thinking it was going to release in 2026, but they have pushed it forward. I am guessing, and now they haven't told me this, but I am guessing it's because of GTA 6. I think Exodus was supposed to release in either fall or Christmas, somewhere like holiday 2026. but because the move from GTA to that area, I think they had to push it because yeah, it's you know, if GTA moves, so does everybody else. Don't spill the tea. No, I'm not going to spill the tea. Well, I am spilling the tea, technically speaking. He looks cool. The Suleiman guy, I think it looks pretty cool. I'm glad we're able to see this guy finally. What's he called again? Is he no? What's his name? Never mind. He is a Celestial. This dude. Wait, he's actually over here. Where did he go? Emerus, right? Emerus is that Celestial guy. He's like a Deva Celestial, and he's more like a philosophic type of Celestial. That is Dan Clancy, I think. Isn't it? No, not Dan Clancy. What's his name? Clancy Brown. Right. I think that's Clancy Brown. I don't know this, but I'm guessing it is. That sounds like him. Do you think it will have a free DLC? I don't know. I wouldn't have a problem with paid DLC, like if they do that, especially if the game is really good. If anything D&D specific to look to, it probably would be Solasta 2. Yeah, I want to try that out. I'm probably going to check that out soon. Wolfheart has been covering Solasta a lot. So, yeah, most likely you're going to check that out. But let's see here. Was there anything else in this trailer? Well, there's a bunch of stuff. Like, I would have to go like frame by frame and do that, but I'm too lazy right now. But we can see some of the scenes here with, you know, June in action using his gauntlet. I think that's called the Orion's Gauntlet, right? And he's using his Livestone shaping powers. And apparently, and now I didn't think of this, but in like on the webpage, I know a lot of you have asked me like, oh, what about weapons? Are there going to be weapons? You know, let's see here. They do say this, because I didn't get a straight answer on this. Face rival dynasties, monstrous creatures, hostile aliens, and worst of all, the Celestials themselves, whose weapons make yours look primitive. Constantly outnumbered and outgunned, you'll survive through stealth, ingenuity, and an arsenal forged from human tech and salvaged celestial remnant. So I'm guessing we will see other weapons at some point. It's probably not just going to be the recycler, the weapon they've been using for all the materials so far. You see this thing right here, that's the recycler, but it has like 6 different blueprints or 6 different modes. So like it can transform into like grenade launchers and things like that and take other shapes. So, you know, it's not all just one, you know, rifle that you shoot with, but yeah, I'm thinking they're probably going to add a bunch of stuff, or they probably already added it, but they don't want to show too much. Boo stealth. Stealth is when nobody sees you because they're all dead. True. I like stealth. I like playing stealthily. I like assassinating everybody before anybody notices. I love doing that. Is there melee? Yes, there is melee, but I'm not sure how advanced or deep it is, but I would imagine because this is a current gen game, they're probably going to make the melee relatively good. You know, it's not just, I don't think it's going to be one of those shepherd punches, you know, where you just use your Omni Blade like in a repetitive motion and just punching them over and over. I don't think that's the thing. I think definitely there's going to be more depth to it. Hopefully like some executions and like snapping necks or something. I don't know. That's what I want. Surely they must know people want more than one weapon. They probably already know that. Because I mean, it would get boring if you're just using the same old weapon all the time. Of course, it's very different because it constantly transforms and you find new blueprints and so on. But like one thing I would like to see is there are these, I don't remember, are they called the Immortal Tools or something? They are these weapons that affect you in various ways. Like they're legendary artifacts. And they're living weapons, these things. So I would see some of that. I would love to see some of those because there's a lot of like variations with those weapons. They like some corrupt you and make you forget the memory of people you've sniped, like assassinated. and like essentially makes you completely into a psychopath. And there's another weapon that just, I don't know, they just do really weird things. Osiris Reborn. Oh, when that comes out, well, would be pretty cool if it actually comes out in 2027 as well. Like having two sci-fi RPGs released in the same year, that would be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I hope that happens. That would be nice. But yeah, maybe 2028 is more likely for that one, because I still think that Exodus is further along. As far as I can understand it, like they have finished a lot of stuff, and now it's just, you know, putting a lot of the scenes in order and things like that. But I'm not sure like how far exactly they are. They just told me that essentially it's, you know, they just need to get everything in order, polish the game, and you know the usual thing. But since it's more than a year away, that obviously gives them a lot of time to polish stuff. What if Mass Effect comes out in 2027 as well? It's definitely not. It's definitely not. I can tell you that it's not coming out in 2027. I can't say why though. It's just, you know, it's definitely not. Story companions are like Anderson and Shock was. Yes, yeah, probably, sort of. Probably more involved, I would say, because I would imagine, because we see them on the ship in the trailer, like they're standing around talking, surrounding like a table or something. Where is it? See if we can find it. We have a talking orangutan. That's pretty cool. So before we were like, you know, oh, I wonder if there's going to be actual talking animals. But in the encyclopedia, it says that like most animals use voice boxes and modulators and things like that because they can't actually use their voices to talk. And that's pretty realistic. But like a monkey would probably be able to talk if you evolved it like past 40,000 years. It's kind of realistic, I would say, if you imagine it. Like, yeah, it's a talking monkey. There we go. Thank you, June. So I'm thinking this guy is probably dying or something. I don't know, but it's like, this seems like one of those moments that's like really sad. That face, though. Do we know the voice actors? As far as I know, no. That's a Gath, so, you know, that's a changeling. If you like changelings, if you like Gath, why don't you, you know, take a look at this. He's pretty muscular, stocky, almost like a little bit bear mode there. Damn, what the fuck? It's weird. Salt the Octopus. This one is one that I think, yeah, this is Chad's favorite companion. He kept yapping on about her in like both times I spoke to him. So Chad Robertson, like this is his favorite. It's like one of his favorite aspects of the game in total. Like he is absolutely in love with Salt. Again, this is a girl. So in case you're wondering, yes, that's it. I want the tour of the ship. Me too. But that's another one of those questions or things I will try to tell them. But they already know this. I don't really need to tell them because they're looking all the time. Return to monkey. Yes, very wise monkey. Yes, I know. Let's look through some extra scenes here. I do think like the shooting mechanics look pretty smooth though, don't you think? Looks pretty good. Again, it's made in Unreal Engine 5, and apparently it's been very smooth to work with, according to Chad Robertson. Like they haven't really ran into any issues when they started making the game back in, I think it was it 2020 or something. They could like get a real head start and use a bunch of assets and use a lot of shared knowledge from others who had already used Unreal Engine 5, and so like they could really like blast off. And they told me that they managed to build a prototype of the game like 16 months in or something. Not 16 months, but like 1.5 years in. They can play like they could have a playing prototype of the game finished. That was actually pretty impressive that they managed to do that in such quick a time. So yeah, all that time afterwards is just getting the best game in order as possible. So yeah, in case they need to do adjustments and things like that, for example, like Elise, that like they did to her with her hair and like some of her face, I think it's not going to be very hard for them, I think, so it's good of you guys to like let them know like what you think about the companions and their faces and yada yada yada, and they're probably going to take a look at that and work on it. I can't promise anything because, I didn't ask them about that because I didn't get that impression when I saw the trailer. But for sure, like it's probably something they could work with. Time dilation needs to be a focus of an upcoming trailer in the next 6 months. Tell people what it can mean to the story. I agree. Yeah, they should definitely do that. Like something, like it doesn't even have to be big. It just has to be some form of like, hopefully there's like a small mission you can do that isn't too spoilery. And just, get you invested in the mechanic itself, because I think that is one of the things, like, okay, Baldur's Gate 3, right? One of the things that really blew up with Baldur's Gate 3 was obviously the bear scene, right? But it's not so much, oh, you can bang a bear. It's the fact that it's one of the options that could go you, like, it could completely pass you. Like, if you don't know it, you could just ignore it. You don't have to even romance like Halsin. It's just one of the possible outcomes. And that was the selling point. It's like, oh, you can even do this should you want to. Like, you can go to that point where there's so many variations of what you can do. And that was the main selling point of Baldur's Gate 3. It's like a real D&D game, and like it's a cinematic D&D game. Like, that is the main point, I think, about Baldur's Gate 3 and why I think Baldur's Gate 3 was so successful, aside from the companions, that is. I really think that is the key. And so what Exodus is banking on is the time dilation. That has always been the one thing that people have been, oh, that sounds fucking cool. And I think we need something that clearly shows what exactly, like, how does that work, right? How does it work? We want to see how it works. And as soon as they have done that, and if it is as impressive as it seems like it is from, like, the impression I'm getting from them when I talk to them, it's going to blow people's minds, I think, because depending on what you choose, there's going to be an outcome that gets reflected hundreds, perhaps even thousands of years into the future. It's like, oh, but what if I do that? It's going to be like it's such an ingredient that makes gameplay, like, it makes the replayability so much bigger, so much greater, because, wow, what if I do this next time? What if I leave that person behind? What happens then? And, those are the things that are going to make people go, yes, now I am really invested because this looks fucking sick, right? That, I think, is definitely the most important thing. We need to see something that goes, this is one small thing that can happen if you do this. And that is going to bank the game. That is going to sell the game. I absolutely think that's going to sell the game. Because the idea of it is so crazy. It's so insane. It's like, whoa, you can actually do this? And again, we haven't really gotten any answers on how it is, like, in terms of, like, how they're telling it. Is it going to be just story chapters, or is it more than that? You may need more than one gimmick to set a game apart from others. I hope the writing is the load carrier. Absolutely, but that's also something I've already talked about. The writing itself, like sitting across from Drew Karpyshyn himself, the man, the mind, the genius behind Mass Effect 1 and 2's story, the guy who wrote Knights of the Old Republic, like, sitting across from him, see him be like this and saying, the one most important thing in games like this is, I'm paraphrasing, is the companions, and how good the companions are, how well written they are, and how lovely they are, and how invested you get in the companions. That's always the case with games like this, is what basically he said, like, sort of like that. And he said, essentially, people are gonna love our companions. I'm 100% sure people are gonna fall in love with them. And I was like, when he was talking about that, when he said that, like, I couldn't help but, like, I was just grinning, because the guy literally in front of me, someone who I respect so much for the things he has brought into gaming, is just, he's telling me this, and I'm like, I can't help but just trust him. That's when I felt like, yes, fuck yes. Fuck yes. This guy's literally telling me right now. So that was the big game changer for me, is that despite maybe some animation problems, etc., like, I think the story and the characters, the writing is going to be phenomenal. I definitely do. Not a single word about Mass Effect. No. As far as I know, there were no Mass Effect people. Well, there were one Mass Effect person, but he's not connected to Mass Effect anymore. And that was Casey Hudson, which was pretty cool. We'll get to that in a moment. But he was there. Do you think June or one of the companions will have the option to turn into a daemon? I mean, yeah, we saw, you remember that old wallpaper that they published with the girl and then June, that seems like, and a daemon to the left? I think probably, yeah, something like a daemon or somebody related to the story somehow. I'm not sure, but yeah, definitely. I don't even think these are all the companions. I think these are just, a few of them. But again, I could be wrong. That said, though, we have yet to see how the villains absolutely crush humanity. Is yet to be seen. Like, we know how developed and strong they are, but we have yet to see how they use their powers. Well, we did see we have seen an example. I just think it's because they want to avoid spoilers, of course. Of course, this technology right here, this is, isn't this an Imperial Knight? I think it is, or maybe it's something else. But this is an Imperial unit, so to speak. So this is like a boss fight. And I'll get to the boss fights in a moment because there's something very important that they mentioned. Anyway, here is another Celestial, right? This is the one we've seen previously. In the Celestial, she uses her mind to essentially, attack these people over here. So that's what happens, is that this Celestial uses mind powers to control. That's what they do, they engage with technology and use their minds to control things and stuff like that. That's why they stand like this, they're all orderly and stuff like that. But when it comes to their powers, you should read the book because you'll get a kind of an idea of what they do, because the Archimedes engine kind of goes in depth of how they work in technology. So you should try that. I'm guessing there will be multiple endings in the game. I think so. Yeah, probably. For sure, there's going to be. I mean, there's a lot of variations to how you can do things and how the centuries may pass, and depending on what your choices are. So yeah, for sure, there's going to be something. I think, wait, didn't we ask this? I think we actually asked this, will there be multiple endings? I think that was Daniel who asked that, and I think it was Chad who said something along the lines of, you're gonna see stuff happen depending on your choices. So, essentially like that. So yeah, we're probably gonna get very different endings depending on what happens. Yeah, oh no, yeah, ban alert, yeah, for sure. The ad. I always get that on Twitch for some reason. I can't remove it. Anyway, whatever, disregard. Lils, what I mean, we have about 5 years since the first Mass Effect kind of announcement, but EA and BioWare not having anything to show at such a big event like TGA, it's nothing than a rip in my honest opinion. I think the game is alive and well, but I unfortunately think that they're probably not as far as we would hope they would be at this point. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how far they are in prototyping. I don't know how far they are in pre-production. I just, I don't think they're very far at all. So I'm definitely, right now, I'm heavily invested in both this game and The Expanse, for sure. Do you think they will get a skill tree of our main character and our companions too? There's definitely going to be some form of skill trees and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I didn't ask them that this time, though, but I think they've talked about that previously. Mass Effect is probably 2030. Yes. At this point, I would say probably 2030, which is, I know, it's insane. But we have a couple of other games that are coming up before that. that I think we should check out. Let's move on, because we've talked about Exodus for a while here. Overall, pretty good trailer. Was pretty excited to see it. The devs are awesome. Love the guys. They're incredibly cool people. They know what they're doing. Let's just say that. We had this cool thing. Actually saw this before as well. I was like, huh, that was a nice surprise. Let's check it out.
All of this magic, this pact we have forged.
By the way, this is Trisha Helfer. This is the woman who voiced Edie, my favorite non-romanceable hot AI companion. Very cool. So the thing is, this game, Warlock, I actually got some info from their devs as well. We were a couple of people who were sitting there. So obviously this is D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons. This is a third-person action RPG. It's open world. So in case you're wondering, oh, we didn't get... I can see that, oh, we didn't get anything from this trailer. It's an RPG. It's completely open world. And you play as this warlock. And magic is a massive, massive, massive aspect of the game. There's a complete and total emphasis on magic and the ways you use spells. So you may have maybe not the entire all of the spells from D&D, but you have a fair number of them, and you can use them in different ways, like in puzzle pieces and for combat and yada yada yada. There's a huge emphasis on this, but again, it's open world, and that's as far as I know. But there was one person I talked to who said it's but they compared it to... I'm not going to say that, by the way. I don't know if I can actually say that, but yeah, there is a game that I'm thinking of that is not similar, just a little bit. I'm not going to say what game it is, but it made me pretty excited. And again, I was not invested in this game because I was just looking forward to seeing Exodus stuff. But yeah, this is, let's see, what are they called? What's the Invoke? Right, Invoke Studios is making them. But yeah, no, it's definitely, no, it's not really bait. It's definitely a full game. So we'll see. Yeah, so it's a third person. I'd heard it was kind of like Witcher, maybe. I haven't seen more than this, but there's been a lot of chatter in the so-called behind-the-scenes influencer space. I've heard comparisons like that, Witcher. I've heard some Stellar Blade comparisons, but that's not really what the people behind the game have said. It's just people that have talked about it have said. Some people that might have seen this. So I can't say really much more than that, but it's an interesting mix. We'll see. You hope not Stellar Blade? Why not? You don't like Stellar Blade? Imagine Stellar Blade in D&D. That would be cool. Yeah, no, I don't know if it's going to be a Souls-like. I don't know if it's going to be that, but there are other aspects of Stellar Blade that, Let's move on to this cool thing, because people have been asking me a lot about this. What is this, I wonder? Choice and consequence? I don't think so. I don't know. They didn't say. Magic. It was funny sitting there and seeing this because okay, instantly that's Star Wars. Really cool, right? Really cool. So I, you know, as I said, as this trailer started out in the audience, I instantly thought, oh, this is Star Wars, because you can hear it from the music, right? It's like swelling up and like, you know, being epic and all that. But it was a surprise to see, like, you know, of course, the fate of the Old Republic, because I thought they were just making a Knights of the Old Republic remix, but this seems like a, I guess, you know, a sequel. So, and the funny thing is, I don't know if you guys saw that. I don't know if they actually showed that during the Game Awards trailer, but they showed Casey Hudson in the front. And I was like, oh, fuck, you know, because he has, like, we haven't talked really, but he has, like, engaged with some of my content on Twitter. He has liked my stuff and retweeted something that I said. So he knows who I am. And so I kind of was like, fuck, I want to go up and say hi to him and just shake his hand. But I was, like, sitting far in the corner. So I was like, I'm just going to let that be. That's too many people to go, you know, go by. But he was sitting, like, further away from me. And I thought that was pretty cool to, like, see this guy, you know, after they shut down after he shut down Humanoid Studios, which was another sci-fi RPG. I was really excited to see where that was going. So that's not happening anymore due to, like, funding issues. But like, seeing him, like, at the front row was like really cool. It was like, oh, okay, so he's got this thing he's working on right now. God damn. And the thing is, he is the of course, he's, like, the original, like, director for Knights of the Old Republic and Mass Effect. So it's like, oh, okay, you know, well, okay. I want to see where this is going. And people have said that, oh, this is going to be released in, like, past 2030. But he has actually retweeted and said, don't believe the rumors. It's going to be out before 2030. So I'm guessing, and this is pretty hilarious, this game is probably coming out before Mass Effect. I don't want to be like a clown about it, but just looking at the situation as it is, it sounds like this game will probably be out before Mass Effect. And they just started this game. So it's like, fuck, man. Everything is coming out before Mass Effect is coming out. It's so, ugh, god damn it. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy, right? But you know what? I'm fine with that, because if this game is as good, you know, as it could absolutely be with someone like Casey Hudson in the pilot seat, just give me that, bruh. Just give me that. Just give me good Star Wars, baby. That's fine. Just give me good Star Wars. Oh, baby. Yes, let's do it. But yeah, this will be out before Mass Effect, I think. I'm just saying it here. Nick, no way this will be out before Emmy. I think it will be. I think it will be. I can't tell you why I think that, but there's a reason I think that. Yeah. Motherfucker's gonna cook up some of the best Star Wars in years? Absolutely. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, that was a really cool trailer. Now we're going to get to the meaty stuff. I am a little worried about showing this on YouTube. So in case you have not become a channel member, in case you haven't become a supporter on Patreon, I ask you this, go over to Patreon, become a Patreon over there. Like, it's just $5 a month, you know, if you just want to unlock basically everything I do over there. Or become a member here on YouTube, because this is gonna get my stream, I think, age restricted. So I'm not gonna make any money from this stream. So thank you, and let's go. By the way, this was so weird sitting in the audience. This was so weird. I was like, what the fuck are these peasants doing in the Game Awards? I actually thought somebody had, like, lost their, I don't know what it was. Like, from a distance, I was like, why are they so strangely clothed? I thought it was like somebody who's like, you know, that Bill Clinton kid again. I was like, oh no, it's one of those things. But no. Can we see you somewhere? Like, I am over behind me. So over there on that row to the right. Whenever they're zooming out, panning out to the audience, I'm like sitting on that side, the furthest side, right next to the, the walkway. That's where I am. Oh, right. There I am, I think. Somewhere here. Somewhere. Oh, I can't. Fuck. Let's do it like this. Somewhere here. I think. Yeah, somewhere here. No, there I am. I can see me. Yeah, I see me. I think I see me. Yeah, it's somewhere. Fuck. Can I zoom in? It's like there. There I am. Let's go. Yeah, that blob was me. This was pretty cool. Thank God I can actually... The funny thing is I can actually hear something right now, because when you're sitting there, it's so loud. It's like blowing your ears out, and you're like, oh, fuck, I can't hear anything because of the bass, right? You know, when the bass like removes everything else, it's just so loud. And it's so nice actually being able to hear the music like this and like hearing everything that is going on, because you couldn't do that there. The lone woman. Ah! Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh boy, I thought this was Witcher. Yeah, I thought this was Witcher 2 at first. But then I saw the orc and I was like, no, that's not Witcher. And the elves, of course. Yeah, that's when I realized. I was like, oh, okay, this is not Witcher. Yeah, as soon as you see Slender, Elf, and Lizard, yeah, you know it's Divinity, yeah. That's when I realized, oh, shit, that's what it is. What a disgusting dwarf. God, I love the music. That's not very nice. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, it's the sexy part. That's why this is gonna get age restricted, because they're having they're having Humpty Dumpty. So it's not because of the gore, because, you know, YouTube likes when you explode heads and you shoot people. You know, they have no problem with violence, but sexy, naughty stuff. It might damage some young kids' heads by seeing some, love between people. That's no, that's bad. So it's like, yeah, violence, that's fine. And I love it, though. I love the violence. This girl, like this little girl, I thought she was like, oh no, Mom, I don't want to watch this man die like this. Oh, poor man. And then you switch over to seeing the girl being like, yay! They're not holding back. Oh my God. Yeah, you're excited for this because you play the old Divinity games? Same here. Same here. God. They really went all in here. Yikes. Yikes. There we go, Larian, baby. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the dwarf, right. Now I realized. Yeah, so he's at the center. Oh boy. Makes sense with the statue and everything. So cool. So cool, man. I gotta say. If you guys didn't know already, if you check this out, there you see. I was at the statue. Look at me, I'm so cool. So yeah, that was there. It's interesting though, because when you look at the statue, there's like bears and there are wolves, there's a snake, there's like devils, there's like demons, and then there's, you know, just humans. But the thing is, in this trailer, the thing is like made of just humans. So, and horses. So I was like, huh, why is this? So there's probably gonna be more things like this, like gates or something. You look sharp in the pic. Yeah, for sure I do, man. For sure I do. Yeah, the main theme sting at the end was a nice touch. Yeah, it was definitely a nice touch. Looks like a portal to goth girl dimension. Probably is. Not gonna lie. But yeah, there's a really cool trailer. I was not expecting that level of gore, to be honest. And the sexy parts. That was also pretty cool. I was like, yes, let's go, baby. Adult shit, man. We're not babies over here. Do you have tattoos? Yes, I have one tattoo. I'm not going to show it because I'm a little shy. But I have one tattoo, yes. I kind of regret it, honestly. But then we got this thing. This thing made me laugh so hard. And we're probably going to talk about like Divinity. It's, you know, maybe in a video I'll try to cover it. Because I don't really know what like this gate means. I don't know if I forgot or whatever it is. Maybe you guys have to like, you know, remind me. It's on his butt. Oh yeah, for sure. I have an entire tattoo. Just wow, you know. No, I'm kidding. It's not on my butt. Stop lying. It's on my arm. It's right. You can see a little piece of it here. It's on my arm. It's not on my ass. Stop. She's lying. She's like, stop it. Naughty girl. It's a new trademark for Larian. Sven called it the Hellstone. Okay, see, it's a new element then in Divinity. Left butt cheek tattoo. That's why it hurt after the plane. That would explain it, but that wouldn't be good if that was the case because, you know, having, you know, pain in a tattoo area is never a good thing. Little tribal tattoo from the mid-zeros. Sort of, kind of, almost. This one was actually pretty funny.
With every celebration of hubris, your hatred grows. Look around to would-be heroes, influencers, executives. You, how far would you go for that trophy? Death? Decapitation? And you streamers are no better. Riker, Shroud, you've corrupted more minds than even I can imagine. Oh, if it isn't Jeff Keighley, creator of this crucible of jealousy. Impressive. As for the rest of you, who of you is worthy of facing me? For I am Mephisto, Lord of Hatred, and you are nothing.
That was actually pretty funny because I was sitting there going, and he, you know, when he started trashing influencers, I was like, don't call me. I'm not an influencer. Stop. I hate that categorization. So I was like, don't mix me in with these people. I'm a YouTuber. It's not the same thing. But then I guess it is the same thing. But I felt kind of trashed right there. I was like, oh man. Oh man. You thought this part was cringeworthy? Maybe, but when you're sitting there, when he is like calling you out, it's a different thing. Are you sure you are an influencer? Maybe, but I just don't like the word. You can't deny your true nature.
Domination is paved with the souls of the willing. Soon, all of Sanctuary will be bathed in hatred. And none shall escape the flood. You shall darken the world no longer.
Imagine if Blizzard games actually looked like this, like in-game. That would be cool. Yikes. Ow. Gotta mention, I guess the one difference here is when you hear this drum sound right here. That actually was pretty hype because the bass was so high that it's like one of those almost rock concerts. So that's what, like, the moment in this trailer I kind of like the most. Like, that stands out to me for some reason. This little beat, it's like so loud when you're there, and it's like, whoa, that sounds pretty cool. So it sounds kind of, you know, measly and little right here. So I'm kind of disappointed because it was much better when you were there.
There will be those who believe that they alone can stand against the inevitable.
Gotta love the transition, though.
I invite them to try.
Again, pretty cool trailer. Unfortunately, I played through Diablo 4, the main campaign. I thought it was pretty all right, you know, with Lilith and everything. But I didn't play more than that. You know, I'm not all about that grind. I don't really like that stuff. So, you know, I just played through the main campaign and I thought it was pretty all right, and then I was done with the game. I'm not big on like continuing these types of games, and I get like that's when the whole fun begins, but I don't think that's fun. I think the main campaign is the one thing like I'm looking for, and then I'm kind of out. Yeah, I will probably not play this. I will probably not play Diablo 4 again. But for what it's worth, you know, it's an all right game. But you know, more than that, you know, it was a cool trailer. I really do wish like that the game actually looked like this. Like most games, like, the thing is, Blizzard cinematics are so good that I don't think any game will ever look that good. It's just way too good. Anyway, let's move on to the next part. This was pretty cool. This was pretty hype. The cutscenes do look like that. Yeah, but that's not the game.
Hello?
It hasn't been easy. But after much effort, here we finally are.
Who are you?
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
Who is that? Who is this?
Talk to me. Is this one like the others? And it's not post-mortem lividity.
She cute though? Yeah.
Hey, I just got a report of a missing police officer. It might be unrelated, but he disappeared near where the 5th body was found.
Through you, Elpis can finally be set free.
What does Elpis mean?
The team has settled on a person of interest. Someone with ties to Umbrella. Victor Gideon.
Grace! Grace!
Poor little girl.
Victor purchased a building after Umbrella went under. I'll send you the address.
Welcome. Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
There we go. There he is.
You there, Leon?
Daddy mode.
Yeah.
Hey, over here.
FBI. What are you doing here?
Would you like to see what's hidden under the hood?
Don't do anything stupid.
Me? Never. I think I want a second opinion.
With the dry jokes again, man. Yeah, so apparently, like the Grace parts when you're playing as Grace is more like survival horror, you know, more scary, creeping, and the parts with Leon is like straight up action. So yeah, that's probably gonna be pretty cool. You know, obviously I'm a fan of Resident Evil, so I mean it's cool to see an old Leon. I like that they take that step finally. Now that you know Leon is probably like, I don't know, 100 years old. No, but it's like what is he, like 50 or something? Pretty cool. He's our fucking boy. Yep. Leon doesn't need to be in every bloody game. Yes, he does. Well, he's not, right? Because he was in the remake, of course. The one before that was Resident Evil 8, right? That was Chris Redfield. Before that, it was... I don't think Leon was in that either. Or did I remember wrong? I don't know. I might be misremembering. This one, I was actually surprisingly excited for. Let's look at this one.
In the grim darkness.
We're finally past Raccoon City. This alone is hype. Yes, but there was also a nuke there, so I'm guessing we're gonna visit Raccoon City at some point.
Of the far future. Every soul's survival hangs by a thread. Mankind is beset by endless tides of aliens, traitors, and demons. Across countless worlds, battles rage.
Okay, so we gotta talk about this. There's a lot of cinematic stuff happening right now, and as cool as that is not as cool as this next part. There we go.
Lead your armies. Conquer worlds. Fight on as the galaxy burns. For there is no peace amongst the stars. There is only war.
There we go. Here is gameplay. There's nothing that beats good old gameplay from the actual game itself. And personally speaking, I see you said I'm worried gameplay looks nothing like Total War. I've never been a fan of Total War, but this looks like my jam. This shit right here. Yes. It's the perfect setting for like a game like this. Dude. That is probably gonna be fun. That is probably gonna be pretty awesome. I think it will be. That's my jam. Absolutely. Fuck yeah. Just the idea of controlling these like gigantic armies and having these crazy battles in Warhammer like this. Oh boy, oh baby, oh baby, oh baby. Let's take a look at the new Tomb Raiders, because there's two, right?
The entire world knows your legend. You survived the Dragon's Triangle.
Ooh, yeah.
Crossed the threshold to Atlantis. I've heard a dozen tall tales that say you're unstoppable. But I say, all legends must come to an end.
Bang, 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 bang.
That's where you're wrong. I'm just getting started.
Baby girl! There we go. Floating cities and shit, let's go. Or floating castles. Catalyst. So, as far as I don't really understand, like, what, like, this is apparently set after, as far as I understand it, the next trailer, because this is like in the future, I'm guessing, because she looks older when you see her like shooting those guys. I mean, she looks like she has a little bit of gray in her hair. So I'm thinking maybe she's older. Someone said she looked like Millie Bobby Brown. What? Huh? Where? No, she doesn't. No. Anyway, whatever. It doesn't matter. This is definitely one of those games that has, well, I guess a bunch of stuff going on here. Did they show the gameplay for this? No, this was just a teaser trailer. Was this the one? Yeah, this was the one. This was the Legacy of Atlantis one. Wait, was this the remake? Oh, man. It's 100% Alex Wilton Reagan. Yes, this has been confirmed to be Alex Wilton Reagan, who is the voice actress for Trainer and a bunch of other characters. Like Trainer, Samantha Trainer from Mass Effect 3. She also plays a bunch of other characters. I just can't, name them on the top of my head. But she has a really sweet voice. She fits perfectly for Lara Croft. I like the previous voice actress, but I'm equally happy with Alex.
Been years.
The Inquisitor and Dragon Age Inquisition. Yes, exactly.
But the events are still etched.
Butt shot, let's go.
Lost Worlds.
Yes, she's Trainer.
In time.
She's Trainer. How can I saw somebody say that she looked ugly? My guy, are you on drugs? Look at her fucking face, bro. Holy shit. She looks like the perfect hybrid of the new games and old Lara Croft. They merged them. She is fucking gorgeous. Holy shit. I was so happy when I saw this. It's like, oh yes. Mwah. They're not holding back. Oh God. Yes. The ultimate Lara Croft. Now we just need a good game. Hopefully the game is actually good, right? But man. For a brunette, I would, definitely 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. For sure. For sure, dude.
New discoveries. Waiting behind every door. Across.
That's not the point. She looks okay, but she clearly doesn't look like herself. What is herself supposed to be? I'm sorry, I'm getting a little angry here. What is herself? She looked different in the original games. She looked different in the new games, but they've now essentially merged her into one person that takes elements from both. I don't see the problem. I'm sorry. We can disagree, okay? I'm not supposed to be mad here, but some of the takes I've seen on this, it's just entirely bullshit. Why are so many people trying to grift this shit? It's not true. Really? Okay, again, objective truth is not real here. We can have our own opinions. Alex, remember. I will try to give you the benefit of the doubt here and say, okay, you're allowed to feel that way. But I heavily disagree. They get rich by farming outrage? Yes. But if you're a viewer right now and you're a reasonable person, if you're not trying to rage bait, I respect your opinion, but I heavily disagree. Okay? I heavily disagree. She's gorgeous to me.
Every chasm.
No one is allowed to feel things. No, my opinion is the right. I'm kidding. Of course, you're allowed to feel your own opinions. It's fine. Okay. I just don't agree with that sentiment. Constable with the $5. Thank you so much. Not only have they called her ugly, but others have called her too sexualized. She looks incredible in both games. Yeah. That is honestly, let's be frank here. That's just Twitter brain rot for you. It's yes, we all have our opinions, but it's there is clearly something that is, that most people would consider. 99% of people would say, yeah, that's gorgeous. And I think that 99% is actually saying that, yeah, she is gorgeous. There's a very loud minority of people who's either, oh, she's too sexualized, or, oh, she's way too ugly. And it's what the fuck? But okay, whatever. I'm not going to give life to that. Yes, only your opinion is correct. Yes, exactly. Pause at the best moment. Sure.
I didn't know then. The path, this adventure.
Yeah, okay, Ekuri, let's go. Okay, I'm gonna be nice to you. People aren't trying to grift. Not everyone is trying to grift. We're just disagreeing and even agree on some things. Yes, there are some people who are trying to reach bait people about other things. Yeah, the thing is, I'll apologize. The thing is, these past few days have been pretty, a lot for me. So whenever I see something that I was like, the thing is, I was researching this just a couple of hours ago, and I guess, you know, I made the mistake of assuming you were baiting because like some of these comments are like, oh, fucking, are you kidding? But you're of course allowed to say that you don't think, you know, it's fine. You know, we could probably have a beer about that and be like, yeah, I don't agree with you. You'd be like, well, I don't agree with you. But hey, it's fine.
Would send me on.
Pyro, what did I say? No allowance of opinion here. I think it's because it looks more like AA game than AAA game. Yeah, it doesn't look as maxed out as you would imagine. I could sort of see what you're saying there. When I see her face in the first shot, she looked unfinished compared to other NPCs, like it's a different art style or something. It is like, aside from the other game, it definitely looks a little bit different. I'm not sure exactly what that difference is. I'm guessing it's like because she's older and probably because another studio is working on the other game. But overall, I think this looks good.
That it lit a fire that still burns.
Wait, I hope there's not a I need a man to save me aspect. Quintus. That, you know, type of storytelling fits for some games, but it has never worked for Tomb Raider. Lara Croft is like, you know, iconic characters like, again, I'm going to bring up the most classic boring one, like Ellen Ripley, right? Lara Croft is like the badass personification of a sexy, skilled, like just intelligent woman who does like everything basically herself. Like she is the ultimate, like, aside from maybe Samus, maybe I would say that Lara Croft is like the ultimate female like main protagonist. She's so cool, she's gorgeous, she's deadly as fuck, like everything, right? So she doesn't need no man, for sure. That man would need her. Like, it's Lara Croft. Who are we kidding?
I need to see more. I need to go further. To uncover the secrets of Atlantis.
Let's go. I mean, come the fuck on. Look at that shot. Oh. I remember sitting in the audience and I was like, oh, goddamn. I could almost feel Linnea, like my girlfriend, getting like jealous from all across from Sweden when this shot was here. It's like, goddamn. But yeah, again, like, T-Rex shot. Okay, let's not forget about the T-Rex. Pretty cool. Alex, what the
Some legends
Thin ice,
are
I know.
destined to be retold.
Yeah, she's pretty. I've never heard about Flying Wild Hog, though. That has to be a completely new studio. Oh, damn. Yeah, right. No, but she's really, like, I like what I'm seeing here. But then again, you know, let's be frank to all the people who don't see it. That's fine. But I do see it because I do like the Tomb Raider games. They're not my favorite type of game, but I do enjoy, like, the exploration aspect of, like, finding treasure and cool shit. And it seems like they're, like, maxing out, like, this game, just like the old games. You just have, like, fucking dinosaurs and everything. It's floating cities, whatever. It's like, whoa, they're actually going hard. Lara killed Nathan Drake in a VS battle. Of course she did. Dude, Nathan Drake doesn't have shit on the OG Lara Croft. Nathan Drake is a copy of Lara Croft. Tomb Raider was there before Nathan Drake. Tomb Raider is the quintessential, like, adventure game. I would say that it's more like they made a female Indiana Jones, if anything. Indiana was like the first, really. And then it's like Lara, and then it's Nathan Drake. But yeah, Lara for sure. She's just cooler. No hate to Nathan Drake. I love him as a character, but it's like, of course she killed him. Like, she's much more skilled than he is. Which is funny because a lot of people think Uncharted surpassed Tomb Raider. It might be possible that the games Uncharted like surpassed Tomb Raider in sales. I could fully imagine that because like Uncharted 3 was insanely successful. I mean, they even like, I don't know. Yeah, they made a movie out of it, but they also did that for Tomb Raiders. I don't know, maybe not, but I think so. It's possible. But yeah, Nathan is a male Lara copycat. I would say so, yes. Well, he's not a copycat. Like, he is a different person. He has a different story. But Lara Croft is, you know, she's the OG, I guess, in gaming, I would say. Wait, it's the actress who played Samantha Trainer during ME3? Yes, exactly. It's Samantha Trainer, baby. The toothbrush girl. Really cool. Wasn't the original art for Lara more Hispanic? Maybe she was. I don't know. I wouldn't have had a problem with that at all if that was the case. Because, I mean, she kind of does look a little Hispanic if you say so. I don't know. But she has brown eyes and she is a little bit tan and she has, well, she's a brunette. So, I mean, sure. I mean, you could almost like say, yeah, she has Hispanic roots. Fine. I have Hispanic roots. Not Hispanic roots, but I have Spanish roots, actually. My grandmother was Spanish. Doesn't look like it. I know, not at all, but she did. At any rate, yeah, she's completely British, for sure. We have this game. This was pretty cool. More like Italian? Maybe.
Do you feel it? Something is coming.
Yeah, I said that in previous streams. Indeed, I did. You gotta repeat yourself sometimes. Lies, you are descended from the mountain men. My grandfather is, and everybody like on another side of the family, but my grandmother's mother. So my great-grandmother was a Spanish person.
Intrusive pattern.
Remedy, let's go. By the way, this made me realize I haven't played Control yet. And I know you guys have been like, why haven't you played Control? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm going to do it at some point. Yeah, I should. Yeah. The thing is, it's not an RPG, so I don't really know how well that would go on the channel if I made a video on it, but I would love to play it because I kind of have to play it with regards to this game.
Staggering power. Reshaping reality as we know it.
Play Control, you wanker.
Everything we tried to keep inside eventually worms its way out. Must have had good reasons. But we were not prepared.
I'm so confused on what happens here, but it's so cool.
For what would follow.
Mind fuckery. The sibling has gone rogue fishing. Gotta love that animation, man. I love it. It looks really cool.
Pace yourself. It's gonna get weirder.
Yeah. The music sounded a lot like that, you know when you're fighting the big, what's it called? The big robot in, I think, no, was it the robot in Phantom Liberty in Cyberpunk 2077? Or was that when you're like making your way to the moon, or the, you know, the rocket with what's her name again? Anyway, like the Cyberpunk, there's a Cyberpunk track that plays. It sounds a lot like this music right here. Really cool. Yeah, I vibe with it a lot. Hey, Zach, my dear brother. So in case you're wondering, Zacharias Holton right here in the comment section is my dear brother. He actually came with me to LA. He also sat next to me during the Game Awards. So in case you're seeing his green name here as a member, that's him. Yeah, the music gave some strong Slavic vibes. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Is that Slavic? Wait, is that generally something that that they do with Slavic? That type of music? Yeah, it's really cool. You're not really sold on it being a button masher, preferred when it was a shooter with the Jedi powers. But it's possible it still kind of is, though. I don't know. I haven't played it yet. Sorry, but yeah, I can't say. But is that what the original Control is? Shooter with Jedi powers? That's kind of the feeling you get. Anyway, let's go and check out this part.
And the game of the year is...
Not a surprise, honestly.
Mon ami Clair Obscur, Expédition Train 3!
We gotta talk a little bit about this. We gotta talk about the, you know, the Game of the Year winner, of course. I'm trying to find myself. Basically control one gun plus telekinesis. Oh, I found me. I found myself. I found it. There we go. I almost missed it. Sorry. We're supposed to be like celebrating Expedition 33 here, but I'm so busy just finding myself. Where am I? No, I think I skipped that part. There I am. There I am. See? There I am. That's my face right there. Enhance? Sure, let's enhance. Let's see here. Let's do it like this. And this. And this. That's me right there. Do the pointing meme. There we go. That's me right there. Yes, it's him. Exactly. It was pretty good seating position, but I gotta say, I wish I was more to the middle, honestly. Looks kind of familiar. Look at this beard. Look at this beard right here. Yeah, sexy. I did not think I would find myself in the audience. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. We need to run a DNA test to be 100% positive. How do you even do that, though? Like, I feel privacy is being breached. Is it, though? It's literally just me. Who is that? Yeah, I was not lying. I was not lying. I was there. You have evidence. See that pudgy little face with that funny beard? Woo, you're famous. Exactly. I was the centerpiece in this little screenshot. Nah, man. Anyway, let's continue because I don't want to make this all about me. We all know it's all about me, but you know, let's give them a chance here. Sus. Now they have to pay you. Yeah, pay me. Oh shit. I think I turned off the music. At least your glasses and beard, yeah. Where's Linnea? She had to stay home, unfortunately. So in case you guys don't know, my girlfriend has like incredibly chronic migraine that like fucks up whenever she does something hectic. So in case we said that, you know, if she follows, if she comes to LA, she's probably gonna have like migraines and like projectile vomit all over the place. So she had to rest at home because she would be completely fucked up for several days. And we were only supposed to be there for a couple of days. So, you know, we're probably going to go to the US together, like as a vacation. I'm thinking about like bringing her next time whenever we go to one of these things, but we're probably going to stay longer because she has to like rest up to get well, and then we can do it. So yeah, that was the reason. But otherwise, she would have been coming too. Plus the fur babies need their mom. Yes, we have 3 fur babies. We have two cats, 2 ragdoll cats, and a dog. So, you know, we would have to find homes for them too. So yeah. Sora is our dog.
What a weird timeline for us.
Indeed.
This was supposed
Here's
to be
the thing. I want to mention something that I think we're seeing right now as well with regards to like Exodus. Because I remember when I started covering Expedition 33, there wasn't a lot of people who were covering it. Because, you know, I don't know really what the reason was, but I just noticed that I basically started covering the game before a lot of other people. And like people weren't like getting a lot of views on this game because there wasn't like any real attention for it, of course, because they hadn't played it yet. But it was sort of like in the same boat as like Exodus is finding itself in, you know, where there's like not a lot of hype surrounding it. People aren't really talking about it. Then, you know, people played Expedition 33. It became such an insane success because of how good the game is, and like the word of mouth just spread and everybody just started loving it. Nej men du får låta den vara. Ja, okay. Anyway, this is my dog. You guys have seen him before, but here he is in case you want proof that he exists. Yes, I have a dog. He's a baby. He's a little baby. Yeah, he's very happy I'm home. You're happy that I'm home, you pudgy little baby. Anyway, on to my point. I think Exodus could be in the same position that Expedition 33 is found itself in. I remember specifically, there was a point where one of the voice actors actually sent me an email. I'm not going to say who it is, because I would have to ask first if they're okay with me saying their name. But there was one voice actor who sent me a mail and said essentially, thank you so much for covering the game. Your videos are like really, you know, we appreciate it so much. We love the love you're giving the game so early on. And that was like one of the things I think, you know, where they realized that, oh, the game isn't really getting the amount of hype it kind of deserves. And so that was really cool, you know. So I think it's one of those situations where we're probably going to see the same thing with Exodus, because there's so much potential. There's so much quality attached to the project that I think, you know, putting aside some of the facial animation stuff and things like that, I think we're going to find ourselves in the same situation. Like if Exodus turns out, I think Exodus is going to turn out to be a really great game. It could possibly be like one of those contenders again. But of course, Expedition 33 winning the Game of the Year this is just deserved. You know, honestly, it just, you know, it deserved to sweep the entire award show for the most part.
The Berian Narnia, I have no idea what's happening. Well, I want to thank first the incredible team at Townfall Interactive. They are not watching from home, as we brought literally everybody here to celebrate with us. So I love you guys.
There we go. The entire team,
I also
basically.
want to thank Kepler Interactive, our publisher, but also our localization teams, our playtesters, our wonderful cast for both motion capture and voice, and all the people who worked on this game to make it happen. It's really a teamwork, so just thank you to everybody who contributed. And also, I want to extend a thank to the unsung heroes of this industry, the people who make tutorials on YouTube on how to make a game, because we had no idea how to make a game before, so thank you. And I'll extend a personal thank you to an important man in my life, Mr. Hironobu Sakaguchi, who made me fall in love with games and inspired me to become a game dev. So thank you, Mr. Sakaguchi. And finally, just a massive thank you to the players for all your covers, your fan art, your endless arguing about which ending is a good one.
I think it's pretty obvious that the best ending is the one where I'm not going to say because that would be spoiling in case somebody hasn't played it, so I'm not going to say it.
Wonderful to read. Thank you so much. And I think that actions are worth more than words. So if you remember, we promised some content a few months ago. So I'm very happy to say that it's releasing now. And
I haven't tried it yet.
It's free.
There's
new
new
weapons,
DLC.
new quest, new boss, just the cool stuff. So just thank you so much. You changed our lives. You changed the studio's life, and it's really wonderful. So thank you, and for those who come after.
Hell yeah, man.
Congratulations to Sandfall, an amazing Game of the Year winner, and that is going to do it for the Game Awards 2025. Thank you all for watching, voting, and being a part of this community. And congratulations to all the nominees, winners, and teams who debuted new games tonight. We'll see you again on Friday, June 5th for our biggest Summer Game Fest ever from the Dolby Theater in LA. And we'll be back right here at Peacock Theater for the Game Awards next December.
So June 5th in LA for the Summer Game Fest. I hope I'll be there too. I don't know if I will, but I hope I will. That would be really cool. Because this was very much enjoyable, but I would like to go to like a real convention and just like walk around and do stuff. Anyway, again, like Expedition 33, absolutely. Like I always knew that this would be the Game of the Year winner. It was just such an obvious thing right from the very moment. Like I started getting that, of course, that moment whenever, like after you got to the intro, it was one of the most beautiful intros I've ever seen. I was like, oh, this is fucking insanely, you know, it just makes you well up so hard. And then, you know, the entire game and the combat and everything is just so good. It's the art, like the artistic presentation of everything, how the game ends, everything is such a neat, beautiful package. It's like, it's made by such a small amount of core people. Of course, they have like outsourced it to other studios to work on, but most of the grunt work was made by the 33 individuals. So it's like, I think it was 33 or over 30 individuals. So it's like, yeah, absolutely deserved. I do agree with some people though that best RPG, I would probably say should have gone to KCD 2. So Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I definitely think that deserved to at least get the RPG part because they did a really good job with KCD 2. But otherwise, just generally the Game of the Year, that would be Expedition 33 for sure. I do think that's a couple steps above just in terms of emotional impact. That said, I did love KCD 2. But yeah, they deserve to win at least that. What was your reaction seeing Casey Hudson in his new game? It was like that, you know. Oh my God, really? Again, I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but when I saw him, I was like, oh, I kind of want to go over and say hi to him, you know, because he knows who I am. And I know who he is. So I was like, we got to say hi to each other. That would be cool. But I just never managed to do so. Also, I'm kind of, I was a little bit shy. So I was like, probably doesn't want the attention. So I'm just going to, no. I respect space, so I didn't want to, I don't want to ruin it for him. Maybe I would have. Maybe I wouldn't. No Wolf Among Us 2, no. There's a bunch of other games that were presented as well, but I feel like these were the biggest ones. Hopeful for Warlock, looks pretty good. Star Wars, the Fate of the Old Republic looks pretty, well, we can't say much about Fate of the Old Republic, but it's like, because it's just a small teaser trailer. But yeah, I'm very I'm anticipating this game a lot because I mean, KOTOR, come on, man. Divinity, of course, is also like one of the bigger ones. Absolutely love Larian to death. I will always support Larian basically with whatever they do. So, they have a loyal follower here, and I'm absolutely going to be playing the ass out of Divinity when it comes out. I am very curious how they're going to do this. Is this going to be still the over the top, or the bird's eye view type of strategy kind of turn-based game, or is it going to be like Baldur's Gate 3 in that it's entirely cinematic for most of the dialogue scenes and stuff like that? Because the Divinity games, they don't really have cinematic dialogue, so I do wonder how they're going to do that. Turn-based, I would completely understand, because that's the identity of these games, and that's what Larian does well. But I do wonder how are the dialogue scenes going to be and stuff like that. I hope it's going to be like BG3. Kicking the balls for Kojima. I don't know, man. I like Hideo, but I think it's a good thing that that Expedition won most of those awards, because I don't think that Death Stranding 2 was enough of a complete package for me. So I think that, and also I think the problem would have been if they nominated Death Stranding 2, or if it was a winner of one of these categories, I feel like people would probably be pretty aggressive of the fact that Hideo is a friend of Jeff Keighley's, and so I think that could have started a lot of shit and drama about that. But overall, if you just look at the game, I don't think Death Stranding 2 is enough for me to warrant winning basically any of these. I don't think so. It's a good game, don't get me wrong. It has a certain feel about it, just running along the highways while, you have other players construct things to help you, and you construct things to help them. It's really cool, and some of the music is awesome. Some of the music they picked for some of the soundtracks were really great. But overall, I don't think the game is mind-blowing. It was good, but that's it. I do understand the point with Kojima that now, though, because I never really understood that before. But the Metal Gear Solid games were such game breakers. They were completely. They broke new ground for video games, and without those games, we probably wouldn't have most of the games we have today. So yeah, all respect to Kojima, but Death Stranding 2, I don't know, man. Did you see the trailer for the Street Fighter movie? Yes, I did. It was kind of silly also seeing the people go to the stage, Jason Momoa, for example. We had a bunch of other people that I didn't recognize. But, I mean, we could check out the trailer if you guys want to. It was pretty okay. I'm not the biggest Street Fighter fan, but I mean, it looked cool. Let's just say that. Let's see here. I guess the one part that I was like, yeah, okay, they're doing something right. It's the size of Chun-Li's legs right here. That's what they're doing right. So that is a lot, very appreciated. Chun-Li, they're getting right, it seems like. Thick? Yeah, kind of, yeah. So, yeah, Cammy looked a little odd. I'm not really sure about her, honestly. Like, some of their costumes look kind of goofy. This guy, I'm not sure why he is Bison. Because Bison... I don't see it. Like, I don't see it. She didn't skip leg day? No, she didn't skip leg day. Chun-Li actress, good job. But this guy? Really? Anyway, we had, of course, Cammy. I don't know, maybe she's cool. Maybe she's cool. Maybe she's cool. She didn't really appear much, though, did she? She was, like, in this scene, but that's about it. Anyway, I'm not the biggest fan of, like, Street Fighter. I think it's a cool, you know, franchise, but it's not my favorite. But I will definitely watch it, for sure. Cosplayers do a better job than that. I think that's a pretty good cosplay, not gonna lie. She looks like an air hostess. She kind of does, yeah. Yeah, she kind of does. Anyway, like, yeah, I thought overall the Game Awards was a really cool event. Like I said before, like it's one of those once in a lifetime opportunity, I would assume. But I would definitely do it again just because of the sheer epic factor when you're like sitting in the audience and everything is going on. Yeah. But overall, I'm pretty. And I would say that, you know, some of the most interesting ones are definitely like, of course, I've talked about this before, like Exodus, naturally. Warlock seems like it could be really cool. Star Wars, of course, with Casey Hudson, that's a no-brainer. And and you know, Divinity, of course. I would also say like Tomb Raider and Total War. Were some games that I'm really interested in seeing as well. Because I'm a newcomer to Total War, but I think I would definitely play this game because I'm a fan. I would say I'm a casual fan of 40K. But Tomb Raider, absolutely, for sure. Like, those are the games that I'm like most interested in. Also kind of Control Resonant because, you know, it looks really cool. I haven't played the first one yet, though. No reaction to Concord 2? What? Oh, the final game. Yeah. That was strange. What's it called? I don't remember the name of the game, but that was like, you know, oh, it's the Apex Legends, some of the Apex Legends devs, but then it was like, you know, they shouldn't have ended it with that. They should have ended it with like, I don't know, Tomb Raider or Divinity. That would have been hype because people would be like, oh, that's so hype, let's go. You know, as a final thing, I think Divinity probably should have been there, like at the end. High Guard, yeah, High Guard is what it's called. I'm not terribly interested in that, I gotta say. It's just, you know, I'm kind of over these types of games. I want mostly story-based and, you know, different games, honestly. I've played too much like Apex Legends and stuff like that I'm just kind of over it. That was the Coven of the Chicken Feet. Wait, was that a thing? I don't remember. Bradley the Badger is going to be a sleeper hit. So is that the game where you play as a granny? Oh, yeah, that one too. Maybe. I mean, it's very interesting that you're playing like an old lady in that game, though. That's interesting. I'm surprised Crimson Desert wasn't shown. Probably because they feel like it's too expensive, I'd say, you know, because these ads cost a lot of money to show. So that's probably why, you know, Crimson Desert didn't really, you know, get shown. But they're probably going to show it more this coming January because it releases soon, right? So, yeah, they're probably going to show it at some other event, I think. I think you're playing as the Baba Yaga. Oh, you mean in that granny game? Possible. Might be even more violent than it looks. It's from Bruce Straley, ex Naughty Dog. All right. Well, maybe it's going to be good. But I guess, you know, this was my recollection of the Game Awards. I hope you enjoyed my little, you know, I don't know what to call it. My little reminiscing over here. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I found it very interesting that people like generally felt like it was, you know, it was okay. But I think like some of these were definitely like heavy hitters, so I would put it up there. And yes, I am biased. So yeah. The Ontos game for me, big fan of Soma and Frictional Games. Ooh, which one was that? Ontos. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, I remember now. Yeah, that kind of weird game as well. Yeah, the Soma sort of spiritual game sequel. Yeah. I mean, it's looking good next year for sure. Like most of these games are releasing in 2026, I think. So, you know, we're gonna eat good if we're interested in playing a lot of different games. But for now, I'm just gonna, you know, keep to my RPGs for now at least. Leon being in Resident Evil 9 and Gang of Dragons looked good. Gang of Dragons looked pretty interesting as well. Not like, you know, a super, like, it didn't blow me away or anything, but yeah, it could be cool. I rate TJ by how many games that came out interesting. One is a success. This year was 5, 6, 7, so I'm hype on this year. That's a pretty good way to put it. I would probably put, if I was at home, I would probably put it at like a 8 at least. But if but since I was there, it's obviously a 10 because it's so different when you're there. Like it's totally hype just being there. You're just so happy and everybody's just so happy and excited and just like, you know, the experience in itself is so very different. So it's like, whoa, everybody's just wow, oh my god, whoa. So it's like a, you know, it's like a carnival ride almost. So yeah, 10 for me, but I was there, so hey. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be off for today. I just wanted to chat with you for a bit and hang out for a bit and just tell you guys everything about my experience. I do upload more content on Patreon, so remember to head on over there if you haven't already. As always, I gotta give you guys some some push here. Let's go. Let's make it to Patreon. But anyway, thank you so much for the support, guys. Take care and see you. I don't really know, next week sometime. Have you seen the flute guy? Yes, he has become a tradition. So yeah, obviously the flute guy. Anyway, guys, take care. Mr. Olten signing off.